Imagine living without a fridge in the middle of a scorching summer and still keeping your food fresh. Sounds impossible, right? Well, the Amish have mastered this art with techniques that have been used for centuries. Today, we're diving into a fascinating topic that might just change the way you think about food preservation.
While most of us rely heavily on modern refrigeration to keep our food fresh, the Amish have been using ingenious methods to do the same without a single watt of electricity. Their methods have stood the test of time and offer a glimpse into a way of life that balances simplicity and sustainability.
You might be wondering why this ancient knowledge is relevant to us today. In an age where energy costs are rising and environmental concerns are growing, rediscovering and applying these time-tested techniques can provide practical solutions to modern challenges. Plus, they give us a unique perspective on how people in the past managed their resources efficiently.
The Amish are a religious group known for their commitment to simplicity, humility, and community. Originating in the late 17th century in Europe, the Amish migrated to North America in the 18th and 19th centuries, settling primarily in Pennsylvania and other rural areas.
Living without many of the modern conveniences that most of us take for granted, the Amish have cultivated a lifestyle deeply rooted in tradition and self-sufficiency. Their reliance on hand tools, horse-drawn buggies, and craftsmanship reflects a dedication to preserving a way of life that honors their heritage. This extends to how they manage their food and maintain their homes, including their innovative methods for food preservation. Before the advent of electric refrigeration, preserving food was a necessity rather than a choice. Without modern appliances, people had to find reliable ways to keep their food from spoiling, especially in times before canning or freezing were widespread. This was particularly crucial for communities living in rural areas, where access to fresh food could be limited.
For the Amish, who live in communities that are often far removed from urban centers, maintaining a stable food supply was essential. They developed several techniques to keep their food fresh and edible throughout the year, even during extreme weather conditions. These methods were not only practical, but also reflected a deep understanding of natural processes and resources.
The core principles of historical cold storage are surprisingly simple, yet incredibly effective. At the heart of these methods is the use of natural cooling systems, leveraging the environment to create cool storage spaces. Here are a few key principles. Temperature regulation. By utilizing natural sources of coolness, such as the earth and flowing water, these methods help maintain a stable, low temperature necessary for food preservation.
This avoids the extreme temperature fluctuations that can cause spoilage. Insulation. Proper insulation is crucial in maintaining the desired cool temperature. Traditional methods often involve thick walls and well-sealed storage areas to protect the food from external temperature changes. Humidity control. Managing humidity is another important aspect.
Many traditional cold storage techniques include mechanisms to control moisture levels, which helps prevent mold and spoilage. One of the most iconic and effective methods used by the Amish to keep food cold is the root cellar. Root cellars are underground storage spaces designed to maintain a consistent, cool temperature. They take advantage of the Earth's natural insulation to create an environment ideal for storing fruits, vegetables, and other perishables. A root cellar is typically built into the ground or a hillside. The underground location helps to shield it from extreme temperature fluctuations, keeping it cooler in the summer and warmer in the winter. The walls and ceiling of a root cellar are often constructed from thick, insulated materials like earth, stone, or wood, which help to stabilize the temperature inside. The design of a root cellar often includes ventilation systems to control humidity and airflow. This is crucial because excess moisture can lead to mold and spoilage, while proper ventilation helps maintain the right balance for long-term storage. Root cellars offer several benefits beyond just keeping food cold. They provide a sustainable and cost-effective solution for food preservation. By using natural cooling methods, root cellars eliminate the need for electricity, making them both eco-friendly and economical. Additionally, the consistent conditions inside a root cellar help extend the shelf life of stored produce, allowing families to enjoy their homegrown foods well into the off-season. Another remarkable technique employed by the Amish is the ice house. Ice houses were historically used to store ice and perishable goods before the advent of refrigeration. They are an excellent example of how people ingeniously utilized natural resources for food preservation. Ice houses were typically constructed near a source of ice, such as a pond or lake, during the winter months. The ice was harvested, packed in layers with insulating materials like straw or sawdust, and then stored in the ice house. The construction of these buildings often involved thick, well-insulated walls made from materials like brick or stone to retain the cold temperatures inside. The key to an ice house's effectiveness lies in its insulation. The layers of ice and insulating materials work together to keep the temperature inside the ice house much colder than the surrounding environment. As the ice slowly melts, it helps maintain a cool temperature, which can be used to store perishable items for extended periods. The ice house not only preserved ice, but also kept foods like meat, dairy, and eggs fresh long after the ice had melted. Spring houses are another ingenious method used to keep food cold. These structures utilize the natural cooling properties of spring water to preserve perishables. A spring house is built over a natural spring or stream. The constant flow of cold, fresh water from the spring creates a cool environment inside the spring house. This setup allows for the storage of food items in a naturally chilled space, often with shelves or containers submerged in the flowing water. Historically, spring houses played a vital role in communities by providing a reliable and consistent method of food preservation. They were often located near the home or farm, making them a convenient solution for daily food storage needs. The natural coldness of the spring water is the primary factor in the cooling effect of a spring house. As the water flows over and around stored items, it helps to maintain a low temperature and high humidity, which are ideal for keeping food fresh. The continuous flow of water also prevents the buildup of stagnant air, reducing the risk of spoilage and mold growth. Despite the advancements in technology and modern conveniences, many Amish communities continue to rely on traditional food preservation methods. These age-old techniques have not only survived, but have also adapted to the changing times, proving their enduring value. Root cellars remain a staple in Amish households. While the basic principles remain the same, modern root cellars may incorporate improved materials and designs to enhance their efficiency. For instance, contemporary root cellars might use more durable and insulated materials or incorporate advanced ventilation systems to better control humidity and airflow. The fundamental concept of leveraging natural cooling remains unchanged, but the implementation has been refined to suit current needs. Ice houses, though less common today, are still in use in some Amish communities.
These structures have adapted to modern practices by using new insulating materials that offer improved performance. Some Amish families might now use ice houses in conjunction with modern refrigeration to extend the preservation period of ice and food. Spring houses also continue to be used by some Amish families. The traditional design is often preserved, but there may be improvements in the construction techniques or materials used. For example, modern spring houses might employ more efficient methods for directing and managing water flow to optimize cooling effects. While the core principles of these traditional methods have remained largely unchanged, innovations have emerged to enhance their effectiveness and convenience. For root cellars, innovations such as improved insulation materials like foam board or reflective barriers help maintain a more stable temperature and reduce energy loss. Modern root cellars might also include advanced humidity control systems such as dehumidifiers or moisture-resistant coatings to address common issues like mold and rot. In the case of ice houses, advancements in insulating materials have significantly improved their performance. New materials like polyurethane foam and advanced reflective insulation are now used to keep the ice colder for longer periods. Some ice houses may also integrate modern technology such as temperature sensors to monitor and manage the internal environment more effectively. Spring houses have seen fewer changes but still benefit from modern improvements. Enhanced water management systems such as improved filtration and flow control help maintain optimal cooling conditions. Additionally, the use of more durable construction materials ensures the longevity and functionality of these historic structures. Several Amish communities have found creative ways to integrate traditional methods with modern conveniences. For instance, some families use hybrid systems that combine root cellars with small solar-powered refrigeration units. This approach allows them to maintain the benefits of natural cooling while adding a layer of modern efficiency. In areas where ice houses are still in use, Amish families might use them to supplement modern refrigeration. By storing ice in an ice house during the colder months, they can use it throughout the year to keep perishables fresh. This practice not only extends the usability of ice, but also reduces reliance on electric refrigeration. Spring houses continue to be a practical solution for cooling, especially in areas with abundant natural springs. Modern adaptations of spring houses may include improved drainage systems and enhanced structural materials, making them more effective and easier to maintain. Understanding the science behind the Amish methods for keeping food cold reveals just how ingenious these techniques are. Each method leverages fundamental principles of physics and thermodynamics to maintain low temperatures and prevent spoilage. The science behind root cellars involves the principles of thermal mass and insulation. The earth surrounding a root cellar acts as a natural insulator, slowing the transfer of heat. This is due to the high thermal mass of the soil, which absorbs heat during the day and releases it slowly at night, helping to keep the cellar's interior temperature stable. The insulation provided by thick walls and the consistent ground temperature ensure that the cellar remains cool even when outside temperatures fluctuate. Ice houses utilize the principles of thermal insulation and latent heat. Ice has a high latent heat of fusion, meaning it absorbs a significant amount of heat as it melts, which helps to maintain a low temperature inside the ice house. The insulating materials, such as straw or sawdust, minimize heat transfer from the outside environment, allowing the ice to stay frozen for longer periods.
This combined effect helps maintain a cool environment for food storage even after the ice begins to melt. Spring houses rely on the constant temperature of spring water. The principle here is that flowing spring water, which is usually at a consistent temperature year-round, helps to cool the storage area. The cold water effectively conducts heat away from
High in the
stored items,
mountains,
maintaining a lower
survival is an
temperature than
art.
the ambient air.
Nomads
The flow of
harness
water
nature's
also helps
freezing
prevent
pulse,
stagnation and the buildup of
creating an
heat, which
ancient
would otherwise
system
lead
of
to
harmony.
spoilage.
When compared to modern refrigeration, these traditional methods offer both strengths and limitations in terms of efficiency and effectiveness. Traditional methods like root cellars, ice houses, and spring houses are highly efficient in their use of natural resources. They do not require electricity, making them sustainable and cost-effective. Root cellars and ice houses rely on passive cooling, which means they use minimal energy to maintain temperature.
Spring houses take advantage of natural water flow, which is also a low-energy method for cooling. In contrast, modern refrigeration systems are designed for high efficiency, using advanced technology to precisely control temperatures and humidity levels.
They rely on electrical power and refrigeration cycles, which are more energy-intensive but offer greater control and consistency. In terms of effectiveness, traditional methods can be quite effective, but they are subject to environmental conditions. For instance, the temperature inside a root cellar is dependent on the surrounding soil conditions and external weather patterns.
Ice houses are effective, but require a continuous supply of ice and may not be suitable in warmer climates. Spring houses are effective as long as the natural spring provides a consistent flow of cold water. Modern refrigerators offer superior control over temperature and humidity, which is crucial for preserving a wide variety of perishable items. They provide a stable and predictable environment, which is beneficial for long-term food storage and safety.
One of the most compelling reasons to consider traditional food preservation methods is their environmental impact. By reducing or eliminating the need for electricity, these methods significantly lessen our carbon footprint.
Traditional methods like root cellars, ice houses, and spring houses operate without relying on electrical power.
This reduces the demand for energy, which in turn lowers greenhouse gas emissions associated with electricity production. By using natural cooling and insulating principles, these methods conserve energy and promote a more sustainable way of living. Traditional food preservation techniques make use of readily available renewable resources, such as soil, ice, and flowing water. This contrasts with modern refrigeration, which requires ongoing electricity and frequent maintenance of energy-consuming appliances. Utilizing natural resources helps in minimizing the environmental impact associated with manufacturing, transporting, and operating electrical refrigeration systems. Beyond environmental advantages, traditional preservation methods often offer notable health and taste benefits compared to foods preserved with modern refrigeration. Foods stored using traditional methods, such as those in root cellars or spring houses, can retain their natural flavors and nutrition content. The consistent cool conditions help to preserve the taste and texture of fresh produce, often resulting in more flavorful and nutrient-rich food. For instance, vegetables stored in root cellars can develop a more concentrated flavor compared to those that have been refrigerated. Traditional methods can reduce the need for artificial preservatives and additives. By maintaining optimal storage conditions naturally, these methods extend the shelf life of food without relying on chemical preservatives. This approach contributes to healthier eating by minimizing exposure to synthetic substances. Certain nutrients are better preserved in cool, stable environments. For example, root cellars help maintain the integrity of vitamins and minerals in stored vegetables. Additionally, the absence of temperature fluctuations helps prevent the loss of essential nutrients that can occur in standard refrigeration. Adopting traditional food preservation techniques can also lead to significant cost savings and enhance overall sustainability. By reducing reliance on electrical refrigeration, households can see a decrease in their energy bills. Root cellars and spring houses in particular offer a low-cost alternative to modern refrigeration, as they require minimal maintenance and operate without ongoing energy costs. Ice houses can also contribute to savings by extending the use of harvested ice, reducing the need for regular purchases or electricity-powered cooling systems. Traditional preservation methods promote a more sustainable lifestyle by encouraging self-sufficiency and resourcefulness. These techniques align with principles of environmental stewardship and can be integrated into sustainable farming practices. By reducing dependency on fossil fuels and high-energy appliances, they support a more resilient and eco-friendly food system. In addition to lower energy costs, traditional preservation methods can be economically advantageous in the long run. By extending the shelf life of food and minimizing spoilage, these methods help reduce food waste and associated costs. Moreover, they support local food production and can contribute to a more self-reliant and economically stable community. From root cellars and ice houses to spring houses, and examine their enduring benefits. By integrating these methods into your life, you can enhance your sustainability, improve food quality, and gain a new appreciation for the wisdom of past generations. If you've enjoyed this exploration of traditional food preservation methods and want to learn more about frugal solutions and historical insights, please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue to pour valuable content and practical knowledge to our viewers. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments and let us know what topics you'd like to see next.